Hello there everyone, welcome back, and I'm here to talk about the newest edition in the Wizarding World, or the Harry Potter universe, or however you want to call it. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, before I get into this review, I just want to let you guys know that I am a massive fan of the Harry Potter universe. Obviously, you see all the movies I have, and I have all the books, but that took too much time. I didn't want to set up all that crap. So, I have my favorite book right there, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. That's my favorite one in the series, and I have all the movies just to show you. I am a really big fan of this universe. I love the universe that J.K. Rowling created, and I was pretty interested to see this film. I'm one of the few people that actually liked the first one, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I thought that was a really good start to this new prequel series in our universe of Harry Potter. And before I went to see this film, I saw, like, on Twitter, especially before the reviews came out, a lot of protect the secret and who will change the future and all that stuff just come out of nowhere. I'm like, either this is a publicity stunt or this movie actually had some really big stuff in it and it's good. Well, upon seeing, if you guys saw the critical response, it was a publicity stunt, no doubt. And it had a lot of us fooled. And when I went to see it, I was like, you know what? A lot of critics may not like it, but maybe I will, as like a fan of this series and all. Oh boy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this film was no. So before I get into what I hate about this film, let me just describe what happened. So basically, this film takes place a few months after the events of the first Fantastic Beasts, and finally, it's about after the little setup at the end of the last one. Grindelwald, he escapes prison and he sets to enact his plans to take over the world. Basically, Voldemort 2.0. So it's basically something like that. I don't really want to get that much into that. But I gotta say, the main problem I had with this film, no doubt, was the amount of characters. If you see on that poster in the thumbnail, all those characters are technically main characters in this film. Yeah. And a problem with that is that they all, like, the film's about 2 hours and 13 minutes, but a lot of these characters don't get that much development, and yet they all are in it, like, little bits and pieces. Like, the characters that I was interested in, at least from all the marketing and stuff, was, Grindelwald versus Dumbledore, and that dynamic between them. But I hate to say it, but Dumbledore's in, like, 3 scenes. He's not even in the movie that much. And the main guy, for example, that everyone seems to be going after, this Korean guy, the one from the last film, that it's like this very dangerous person and all, this creature thing. He's also the Flash in the Justice League movie, that garbage. He's only in, like, 3 scenes as well. He's barely in it. So from the marketing standpoint, they lied to us by making us think that it was gonna be basically Dumbledore versus Grindelwald, and with the characters from the first film. And really, it's not. It's just about a bunch. Really, I'd call this film Fantastic Beasts: The Lady Lestrange's backstory, because it's mostly about her and her tragic backstory and stuff. And the thing is, I don't really care about her. I mean, she's all right, but I didn't really care. There's some flashbacks. There's lots of fan service in this movie, no doubt. There's lots of fan service, especially at Hogwarts and all. And while that stuff was nice to see and all, and I like how they changed up how it looks a little bit because it's a different time period, it just feels like missed potential. There's lots of scenes in here that are like missed potential, because for example, out of the 4 main characters that were in the last film, only really 2 of them get any screen time. Like the main guy, the Newt guy, he's in it a lot, obviously. He better be. He's the main face of this new series. And the Nomad guy, Jacob, he's in it a good amount. They were both alright. But the 2 sisters that were with them in the last film, one of them just is there at the beginning, disappears, see her ending, barely in the film. It's the blonde girl. And then the sister of her, she shows up near the end too. Like, I'm just thinking, why are these characters barely in this film? Why do you have this side plot with this one guy trying to kill Credence for reasons that you find out later that connect overall with the Lady Lestrange. And I'm thinking, why is this film The Crimes of Grindelwald? All of this really ties up to Lady Lestrange. And even by the end, it just feels like a juggled mess. There's a bunch of plot points and all that don't really fit together by the end, and some are still left hanging, and the movie just concludes without any satisfaction of what you just watched. Like, this title is stupid. It doesn't really match the movie. Now, lots of negativity. I'm trying to think of some positives, but before I get into some positives, let me just say one thing that really got me mad. Now, I've been hearing from some people that there's lots of continuity errors and there's lots of plot holes. I hate those in movies. Those drive me insane. And I was hoping that they were false, but at least some of the ones I picked up on, there's at least this one. I'll just bring up this one, and you could say it's a spoiler, but it's a blink it and you'll miss it kind of cameo. But if you know about the Harry Potter lore and you research into it, it's completely inaccurate with why this character was in the movie. I'll just show up below draft here, but minor spoiler, literally it'll be on the screen for like less than 5 seconds, and then you could just continue watching. But it's really not a spoiler, but if you consider it one, just skip over. I'd say skip 5 seconds ahead. Okay? Here. Yes, that character was in this movie for a blink it and you miss it second, and according to the lore, that character was not even born yet, so that makes no sense that that character's even in this movie, and let alone the professor at Hogwarts. It's so stupid. There's just moments like that that just infuriate me in this movie. Also, it was a really long drag. Like, as you saw in the thumbnail, it was a bore fest. I was like in my chair. I was like getting a headache. I'm like, what the? It doesn't help that I have the allergies going on. It's allergy season. And it was really much a letdown. I don't understand. And also, it did. What I don't understand is they have 5 movies planned in this series. This is part 2 of 5, and it feels like this is like a setup movie. This is a setup movie, no doubt. There's lots of stuff that are setting up for the 3rd movie, which will be a setup for the 4th movie, which will hopefully end in the 5th movie. But it was just a waste of time, honestly. Like, I mean, if you want to know what's going on, I guess you could watch this movie if you want to see the next installment. I highly doubt they'll probably make a next installment, though, because money-wise, it's doing meh. It opened the lowest in the entire series. It's the lowest opening Harry Potter movie in the entire series. And that's very bad. It's also the only one to get a bad Rotten Tomatoes score. Oh, wow. This movie's not doing well with critics at all. Fans are not really interested in seeing it. I thought before going in it would just be because of the crowded season, but what have we seen with some other films that open around, like Bohemian Rhapsody and all, that the crowded season won't necessarily derail your film if it's a film not just that is good, but that people really want to see. But yeah, this film was just really disappointing to me. Okay, all that negative crap out of the way. I'll talk about some positives. Jude Law as Dumbledore, from what we saw, was fantastic. He is by far my favorite in the movie. I really liked his charm. You could feel the Dumbledore in there. It's like a young Dumbledore. I thought that was really good. Johnny Depp, for what he does, he's actually all right. He wasn't that bad. It's just he wasn't given anything to do except that opening scene, which everyone says was great. It's easily one of the best opening scenes in any of these movies. It was really well done. I thought Eddie Ramsey as New, he's all right. He's passable. I mean, he doesn't really have that much development there, except I love these creatures, and I want to be with this girl. Oh, this love triangle, and the Nomad guy, who was my favorite in the last film, Dan Fogler's character Jacob, he's all right here too. But again, it's just no one really has a chance to shine in this movie, and I find that funny because a lot of people say how Infinity War is able to juggle all these characters correctly, and it's really well done and all. This is basically if Infinity War messed up very badly, because it has all these characters here and it fails to balance them all out perfectly. While Infinity War did a great job. I mean, some characters got more screen time than others, sure, but not only was Infinity War had double the amount of main characters, but it did, in fairness, have an extra 25-30 minutes of runtime. So maybe this film should have been a bit longer, but I don't know how that would have really helped me, because it was a bore just to sit through 2 hours and 13 minutes of this. So yeah, with all that said, those were my thoughts on Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Yeah, this film was really bad, guys. I didn't really like it that much. There were some redeeming qualities, like I mentioned, but it it was a really disappointment for me. I was hoping it would be better, and I just can't believe that they messed up on a Harry Potter movie. They've all been so great so far. Even the first Fantastic Beasts I liked, but man, this sucks. All these franchises going down the tanks now. There might still be hope for this franchise though, upcoming, if they can just figure out. And a lot of people are trying to think what happened. I think I have the answer. So on all the other Harry Potter films and the first Fantastic Beasts, I mean, J.K., she was an executive producer or something, so she oversaw them, but she didn't really do anything to them. It was just, copying her books to the big screen. But with the first Fantastic Beasts, which wasn't really a book series, they're just trying to find a brand to make some more movies and make more money off of. This one that right here, she wrote the screenplay, and let's just say that was a very bad move, because while she's a great writer and all, it's pretty obvious at this point that if she's writing for a movie, because a lot of this stuff that happens in the movie I think would work great on paper, but you need someone that knows how to write it into like visual storytelling, like an actual movie, to really take the job here, because she clearly doesn't have that good experience when it comes to that. But I mean, I would like to read this book. I think the book might be a bit better, given more to, because usually these books are 400, 500, 600, sometimes 800 pages. So you could do more in the book than you can in the movie. So I think she should just stick to doing the books and get someone else to write the scripts and screenplay and all for the actual films, while she could still be in the process, but she should not be the one specifically writing it. Because I think that's where they messed up on, because the script it's pretty boring, if you ask me. So that was all I had to say there. Thank you all for watching. I'm curious if I'm going to get a lot of people disagreeing with me, or you guys actually might agree with me. Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. If you want to subscribe to my channel, that'd be pretty cool. Hit the bell as well so you can get notifications of when I upload. And yeah, just please discuss. I would like to discuss what you guys saw of this film. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's SoarSable or @SableSawyer. And if any of you from Twitter came, hi, what's up? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.